All right, let's talk about Magic in 2026. So there was a ton of stuff revealed at MagicCon Atlanta over the weekend. I'm just going to do a broad overview. I'm not going to talk about everything. So first up in 2026 is Lorwyn Eclipsed, which we've known about for a while now. If you want to read any of these, just pause it because I'm going to be moving through at a good pace. So to kick it off, we actually saw a bunch of cards for the new Lorwyn set, including an Omar Ryan, which is amazing because this is very classic Lorwyn feeling. We've seen the first couple of a new cycle of elemental incarnations, like Emptiness and Deceit. There's going to be a new command cycle, I assume, based on one of each of the kindred groups. Lorwyn's changelings are still adorable. But we got to see a couple of the legends themselves. And let me tell you what, I love this mechanic. These are DFCs, so you cast the Lorwyn face, but then at the beginning of your first main phase, you pay the opposing color, and you get their Shadowmoor version. How cool is that? Besides Ashling, we also saw Sig, who has the same mechanic, and I assume these are going to be like sort of a little bit of a revamp of the Lorwyn Shadowmoor to keep the kindred elements together, since Sig's Shadowmoor half is now white rather than the blue-black it used to be. We also got the Planeswalker's Guide, so you can Google it and look it up, Planeswalker's Guide to Lorwyn Eclipsed. It is a nice and hefty one, because it's talking about both Lorwyn and Shadowmoor and the changes. But the gist is this, with Una no longer controlling it, Lorwyn and Shadowmoor are coexisting, and they're basically ever-changing borders of one or the other. And that's how we get it all in one set, you know. And we also get the elemental gods that are the literal embodiment of the day-night cycle on Lorwyn and Shadowmoor. Irdu, the carrier of dawn, and Isilu, the carrier of twilight. And we also know the Shocklands are back with gorgeous art, and the full art ones actually have like Shadowmoor on the other half, is my understanding. So they're like double-faced. The art is either the Lorwyn side or the Shadowmoor side, which is super cool. Anyway, this set has really piqued my interest because I forgot how much I loved Boggarts. I still love goblins, but I forgot how much Boggarts were formative for me in Magic, and I really want to see this card for Boggarts. We got some art of the Boggarts. There's a character named Auntie Grub. Wart would be pretty old at this point, so I think we got a newer, younger Auntie that's going to be representing goblins and Boggarts. Just as a reminder, it's been like 40 years since Lorwyn proper. The original set happened in universe. Next up was Secrets of Strixhaven, where we've been given a glimpse of like a new group of students. You can see we've got a Prismari, Lorehold, Quandrix, Silverquill over there, and Witherbloom all the way to the left. And a big reason for that is that a lot of the original students from the first Strixhaven have matriculated because it's been a few years. And while web fiction continues, we have our first Magic novel in 7 years coming out next year. It's written by Shannon Maguire. It takes place before the new Strixhaven set. It follows a different group of students, the first interplanar group of students recruited to Strixhaven through the Omen Paths. One of those students being Alondra. You can read the summary here. I'm going to talk more about this book specifically soon, but we also learn of 2 new characters, Eula Blue and Sagante, that we'll be following. Please note these are different students than the Strixhaven web fiction students. The book also comes with a gorgeous Strixhaven command tower promo, with a quote, probably from the book. It is so important that if you are serious about seeing like Magic fiction in print again, that you are buying the comics and pre-order this book. You can pre-order it anywhere. I got back from the con today and I pre-ordered it this morning. This is sort of an experiment. Do Magic story folks really want more novels when they say they want novels? Even if this doesn't immediately sound like your thing, if you want future Magic novels, stuff like pre-ordering this is so important. Also, you don't know the half of this story yet, but if you like Magic web fiction, I guarantee you will like this. Especially if you want a story that really has time to deal with ramifications of the Omen Paths. When there's like an unannounced universes beyond between Lorwyn and Strixhaven, we don't know what it is yet. But the next UB is Marvel Superheroes. So this is actually one of 2 sets I did creative text for next year. It's really cool, and if you thought Spider-Man was too limited, this may probably have a character that you're looking for. They revealed a ton of art. I'm not going to go through all of it. You can find it online or watch the whole preview panel yourself. But this is the wider Marvel universe, the Avengers, all that good stuff. And not unexpectedly, we have The Hobbit, a second Lord of the Rings set featuring the earlier Tolkien work. I'm really interested to see how this goes, though, because The Hobbit is so much smaller in scale, and I'm wondering what else they're going to be able to pull into it. Like, can they pull in the Silmarillion? Because they have the book rights, they don't have, like, the movie rights or anything like that, and the movies made a lot more material, and I wonder if this set will also extrapolate on the sort of limited material from The Hobbit itself. Reality Fracture is our last in-universe set. They did not reveal anything about it, basically, other than this blurb. But this is the big event set that we've been building up to since March of the Machines. And finally, we have Star Trek. We've seen art that seems to cover everything from the original series to Next Generation and beyond. I am very intrigued by this. My COVID comfort rewatch series was the entirety of Star Trek. While I don't usually call myself a Trekkie, it was something I grew up with that I enjoy, and I just sort of a casual follower of Star Trek. Although, casual for me, I should be clear, casual for me, you know what kind of obsessive freak I am. And that covers the reveals from MagicCon, although I don't even get into the secret layers. There's like a PlayStation secret layer, and I really want that Kratos father and son, but that'll be a different day's video. Now, next year does have 4 Universes Beyond sets, but they said that's unusual, and that the following year will be back to 3 and 3. I've seen a lot of criticism on that, and I think it's valid. But I would caution you not to turn this into like it's a personal affront. There are all sorts of reasons, licensing issues that go into Universes Beyond, and there may be timetable issues there, like a set took longer than they thought it would, but the license expires and they gotta get it in 2026. I don't personally know, no one tells me that, so hopefully 2027 gets us back to 3 and 3, and then in years beyond, I'm hoping to get back to more Magic every year. Again, if you want to show your faith in Magic as an IP, buy the ancillary Magic stuff they're putting out. The novel, the comic books. Show there's a market for Magic as an IP by itself. Anyway, that's all. I got lots more to talk about this week. Tell me what of this you're excited for.